In this section, we're going to look at the course objectives for service operations, offerings and agreements, and we're going to look at some of the core processes that we need to be considering as a framework. As far as the course objectives are concerned, it's making sure you're comfortable with the best practice and also to prepare for the exam later on at the end of all the videos. When we look at the learning objectives, it's all about thinking about what does service operations and agreements, offerings and agreements actually mean? What does the value of service offerings and agreements actually deliver? And we're going to look at how to develop a good business case and to also consider what do we mean by a service. We're also going to look at the roles and responsibilities, and later on towards the end of the course we're going to start looking at the technological and implications of implementing SOA. We'll also consider the challenges, the risks and the critical success factors for implementing this properly. The course will look at the general introduction. We'll look at the roles and responsibilities, the generic roles and responsibilities, and then we'll go through each of the processes required to deliver SOA. And at the end, we'll consider the technology and implementation issues. So let's just take a step back for a second and think about the live environment. Why do we need service operations and agreements? Well, no doubt as you look through this, you'll see a number of situations that you will have come across in your industries. You'll have customers saying that the service was delivered late. You'll have people saying that the service wasn't what you wanted it to do. You'll have people saying it performs badly. And you'll also have the service obviously is too expensive. Why do you get those thoughts? Why do you get those comments? Well, it's probably because the service hasn't been defined or designed properly in the first place. It's been rushed possibly, or we've had some constraints, either time or costs. So, service operating agreement then is looking at a whole set of interconnected and related processes. It's about understanding what the business actually wants, what the service actually requires, and how we as a service provider can actually build that service in such a way that it delivers the value to the organisation as required. We'll also be able to produce services that meets the customer's understanding and to have it in a prioritised format. We'll also make sure that when we deliver this service, it's able to be monitored and measured in an effective manner, and as the service runs through its life, maybe being able to make reports, a review, and to improve the service with the customer's intention. Basically, it's about knowing what services we offer and understanding what the customer thinks they want. To do this, we'll need processes from both service strategy and service design, and we'll look in this video very much at the service strategy aspects, and also it's looking at the cross lifecycle processes that we're going to need to look at and the various core publications. So let's start by looking at service strategy. Essentially, we've got three questions to answer. Who's our customer? What's their business? And what services do they need? Now, strategy is all about understanding and defining our customer base and realizing perhaps services or to create services that the customer wants without the customer even knowing that they want those services. It's then all about understanding the services that they need. Now, to help us do that, there are a number of processes within service strategy. First one up is the business relationship manager. Now, business relationship management is all about liaising with the business at a strategic level on the direction and the ideas that the business want to move forward in, and how us as a service provider can help them deliver that. As it says there, it's about establishing and maintaining a relationship with key customers, key stakeholders, and also understanding that the customer is prepared to pay for the services that we're about to create and deliver. The next process we need to think about is the service portfolio management. Now, the service portfolio, as you may recall from the foundation, is probably one of the key products that you have in your ITIL armory. It's all about the services that you're about to deliver in the pipeline, the services that you are delivering in the catalogue, and those services that you no longer wish to offer, which are in the retired services. It's through the portfolio that as an IT organisation, you understand the correct mix of services being provided, delivered and retired. The next process we need to think about is demand management. And with demand management, it's all about understanding how big is this demand going to be, how much demand are we going to have for this service once we put it together and create it. We also need to understand things called patterns of business activity, understanding the peaks and troughs of what the organisation's about. So basically understanding the customer and what they need. The last one in service strategy is obviously financial management. Being able to understand the true costs of the service, understand what those individual components are, a critical element of understanding how we're going to put these services together and then run them in a cost-effective and profitable manner. Those are the 4 key processes that we're going to talk about from service strategy. In the next module, we'll be looking at service design and the processes that we need to consider for that.